Hello students, today we are going to learn our science lesson number 4, nutrition in living organism. In this topic we learn about the nutrition in animals. 3 factors involved in nutrition in animals are need for nutrients, mode of ingestion. Ingestion means what? Intake of food into the body and its use in the body. Nutrients necessary for various activities of the body are obtained from food. They are supplied to the various parts of the body through blood. The food that we consume does not directly mix with blood. It needs to convert into soluble form that can easily mix in blood. Nutrition in animals involve that different steps from ingestion to egestion. Now let us see the different steps in nutrition. First one, ingestion. Ingestion means what? Food is taken into the body. Second step, digestion. Conversion of food into simple soluble form. Third one, absorption. Transfer of soluble food to the blood. Fourth one, assimilation. Production of energy through the absorbed nutrients and also carrying out growth and repair processes through these nutrients. And the last point is egestion. Egestion means what? Removal of waste product and undigested food from the body. Now on page number 31, here one column is given. Observe the animal around you and complete the following table. This one your activity. Now let us see the different types of nutrition in animals. First one, we have to see about that holozoic nutrition. In unicellular organisms. Unicellular organisms means what? Which organisms have single cell, like amoeba, euglena, paramecium. All the processes of nutrition occur in the same cell. Now observe the figure 4.9 on page number 31. Amoeba does not have organs like hands and mouth. It is unicellular animal. It can take in food through any part of the surface of its unicellular body. It surrounds the food particle from all sides to take it into the cell. After that, it digests the food with the help of different enzymes. Digest means what? That breaking down food into small particles. And undigested food is left behind as the amoeba moves further with the help of pseudopodia. Now that insects like cockroach and grasshopper and nibbling insects that jaw like mouth parts. Butterflies suck food with a tube like proboscis. Mosquitoes and bedbugs use needle like mouth part to pierce and a tube like mouth part to suck blood to other fluids. Now let us see about the classification of animals according to the type of food. First one, herbivorous animals. Herbivorous animals use plants directly as their food. Examples are grazing animals and granivores means what? Seed eaters, and frugivores means fruit eaters animals. Next one, carnivorous animals that feed on other animals for their food. Carnivorous depend on herbivorous for their food and thus are indirectly dependent on plant matter for foods. For examples, that animals feeding on herbivorous means predators, and animals that feed on insect, that is insectivorous. Now third one is omnivorous. Animals feeding on both plants and animals, that animals are called omnivorous animals. For example, monkey, chimpanzee and human. Fourth one, scavengers. Scavengers means what? These animals obtain their food from dead bodies of animals. For example, vulture, crow, hyena. Next one, decomposers. Decomposers means what? Some microbes decompose the dead and decaying organic matter and convert it back into inorganic compounds by decomposition process. Decomposers clean and conserve the environment while feeding. Next one, saprozoic nutrition. In saprozoic nutrition, animal decompose the dead and decaying organic matter and utilize it as the food. Example, insects, then unicellular animals like amoeba, paramecium, houseflies, ants and spiders all belongs to saprozoic nutrition. Next one, parasitic nutrition. Parasitic nutrition is seen in some animals. The dependent animal is said to be parasite, while the animals from which a parasite obtain the food is called host animal. Parasites does not survive without a host. Therefore, it will not kill the host, as in case of prey and predator relationship. Means they are totally that parasites totally depend on their host plant. Parasites are mainly of two types, ectoparasites and endoparasites. Ectoparasitic nutrition. See, in this type of parasites are seen in living body surface of most of the host and obtaining food by sucking the blood or body juices. For example, louse, bedbug or tick. And endoparasitic nutrition means in this type parasites live inside the body of the host. They consume the ready-made digested food from the host. For example, tapeworm and roundworm means germ. Now our lesson is completed. Thank you.